are live now because I said so, and we're a little late.
Yeah.
What would we be if not late?
Most podcasts don't even record live, so.
I know, and then there's us.
You bastards should be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they're fucking losers.
We want the chat experience. We want everyone involved.
Yeah.
This isn't our podcast. It's yours.
Yeah.
Belongs to the people.
Exactly. Our podcast. Hi, welcome to the Gossip Hour.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is number 3.
Feels like it's been so long.
I know. There was
You take 1 week off, yeah.
Mario Game Night last week, and that felt like a month. Yeah, shout outs to Morbius.
The film.
The film. Wow. I didn't know it was possible to make that much money.
We're being raided by Morbius fans.
So,
Gonna start handing out blocks.
So just because we always neglect to do it the week before, what is going on for game night this month? Do we have any ideas?
Did we? Why would you hit us with this now?
That's so soon to decide that. I personally haven't thought about this show for exactly 2 weeks. It's been 2 exact weeks since I last thought about the show, so I don't know.
I never think about the show.
I thought we
even during.
I mentioned that as like a softball question because I thought that we determined that we were doing a Jackbox this month.
That's so right. We're doing Jackbox.
Hey, you say softball, I say potato, brother.
we struck out. We're playing Jackbox the last week of this month. Everyone's invited, including the Morbius fans.
What's a Morbius?
That's for chat to answer.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, this
now,
is not a video game we're streaming, right?
That's what I'm
told.
It's
the new hit game.
Oh yeah.
Music.
So what are we doing here? This is Pico streaming. Why don't you go ahead and explain to us what's going on for everyone who wasn't in the pre-show?
Oh, nice. I'm starting a cover band, and I'm doing an album called Triangle Man. It's a cover of the best music, only the best video game music of all fucking time, Zelda. So I'm gonna do a cover band, and hopefully I get signed by, Respawn. Praise Jesus, and
praise be.
And Channel 3, not Channel 4, not Channel 2, but Channel 3. Maybe Materia will hit me up, drop me a line.
We might as well not get paid for your music.
Yeah.
We have been blacklisted from Materia once again.
Like covers are just like, you could do them in 5 seconds, so gotta make them money.
So this is you playing live, right?
Oh, that piano? Yeah. That's the song. I learned it earlier in the week to cover it tonight.
Already. So you were thinking about the show?
No, I'm thinking about my career.
That's right.
And my album, Triangle Man.
This is just secondary, of course.
Yeah, this is the consequence of that.
I just wanted to learn the basic chords of the song. And then we're gonna cover it.
Yeah, so how are you gonna make it your own? How is it gonna be Pico's Triangle Man?
I'm gonna fucking muck it up.
Well, I was asking, do you have any ideas about how you're gonna muck it up? There are a million different ways to muck it up.
How's the song?
As shown by some labels in their cover albums. So what type of mucking are you going to do?
Are you going to do some scucking, some ska mucking?
Oh! This is an experience.
That's called cheating. Fuck playing it in time when you just quantize that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And then you just fucking add the chords. Some trash ass, some Triangle Man. If you're listening out there, respond. Sign me.
So I figure while there's some spots in this episode where Pico will be focusing on making this sweet music, we could talk about the system this song came out on.
The Triangle Man, the actual Triangle Man.
Yeah,
the 64.
the Egg 64.
Egg
Yes.
64. Also, I'd like to clear the air. Egg did not respond to any messages or calls. No DMs were answered by Egg. Egg canceled on us, and it's just a damn shame.
We're still pumping the product though.
Yeah. Well, that's a different Egg, to be fair.
There's a lot of those nowadays.
There's so many Egg.
I mean, he's sponsoring the podcast because, yeah, he can give us money. He just can't give us his presence.
Right. Did we wanna talk about 64 games before we bring in some people to talk about their favorites or what have you?
Yeah, let's lay a little groundwork for the folks.
Yeah. I listened to my 2 Bomberman soundtracks today, and they were very nice. I can't recall if they were sourced, like if Bomberman Hero and 64 were both sourced from CDs or from hardware, but if that was hardware sourcing that they came out on, like, it's very clean. I don't believe it's true though. I don't know.
Hero was a CD source.
Yeah, that makes sense. Total sense.
Pretty confident about that. I haven't listened to the 64 release as much though, so I'm not as sure. And I could be wrong about Hero, but I think it is.
I neglected to listen to Smash 64 because I think that is a hardware source.
I do believe so.
I still think that sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. Set the groundwork for future Smash Bros. Games, and
yeah,
just a good collection of it, all that is Nintendo for the most part at its earliest state.
Yeah, and it's I mean, N64 really paved the groundwork for Nintendo music. You know, you can't really get orchestrations on a Super Nintendo, but you can attempt it. You can attempt it with N64.
It changed the music game so much and gave us so many different kind of sounds as opposed to what the SNES was limited to.
And it's that stopgap, or that midway point, because PlayStation was just coming out too, and you know, you could go either like coding it on a cartridge, or you could just put sample MP3s or waves and stuff like that. You know, it's a whole different experience between one and the other.
One thing I really appreciated about the Smash 64 soundtrack is all the drum sounds on it, and just sounds so good. I'm not sure how those, if those are hardware, like analog drums, or if they're sampled or not. But with that being, that first system where I could really hear it sound like that was always super cool to me, and like all the different orchestration available. Like the drums just go crazy on it, and every song is like it's similar to Bomberman Hero, where it's like this sort of like jungly, like drum and bassy, like undertone to everything. It's just like super high energy, and just not much felt like it to me before that.
It changed the game.
Yeah,
if you will. I got a question for chat while we're still talking about the things we've played, and I'm curious on just everyone's favorite 64 games from the chat as we keep talking about our own favorite 64 games and their soundtracks.
Like in general, N64 hasn't had a crazy amount of representation yet, as far as boots go, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's so close. We've had so many. I feel like boots have almost hit all of the key things that people want, like the Zelda, the Mario stuff. So I'm hoping we're about into the era of just fucking weird stuff.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Ship to Shore to do the Goemon releases from the 64.
Have those all been officially announced?
They teased it like probably 2 years ago now, but that was that.
Mystical Ninja is because the other one was done, right?
One of the SNES ones was done.
Legend of the Mystical Ninja was done.
Okay, that's it. And then
Mystical Ninja and Goemon's Great Adventure.
And Mystical Ninja starring Goemon is the N64 one, correct?
Yeah.
And that's the one they've teased somewhat recently.
Yes.
I thought they teased both of them. Maybe I'm mistaken there.
I think they did, but
the N64 one was the only one I was familiar with, really.
Same.
I'd never played it
until that, and then like learning about ROMs and being able to play older games. So I'm looking forward to stuff like that. Snowboard kids.
Is that actually happening, or is that just all fake?
That's just fake. The thing we keep seeing on Facebook is just people being like, "Look at this! This looks cool."
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like, "Fuck!"
The first one was someone saying, "Hey, I made this. This looks cool to me," and then like a couple weeks later, someone reposted and was like, "I just found out about this. Like, what is it?" I think it made everyone take a double take. Like, wait, is this a thing?
Because it looks so much like a fan gamer teaser. So.
To me, it was just like the immediate repost that threw me off of it.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did I just imagine this was like, how'd you find that?
That's 64 games I'm looking forward to eventually someday, since someone did Bomberman Hero, because that was like my number one when I first started collecting. So.
Hey, I'm a diehard Triangle Man fan, and I gotta say, Majoras is list. It's such a spooky little adventure.
I mean, like, people say it's a cult classic, but I feel like it's almost at the point online where it's rivaling Ocarina for popularity.
Because we're in the edgy era.
Triangle Man?
Yeah, Triangle Man Dark Edition.
Everyone's in their dark and edgy era, their A24 era, so everyone has to like Majora's Mask more.
Everyone's getting older, so they're like, yeah, I like scary shit. I don't fucking know.
It fits in with the theme of every video game nowadays being about depression and dying.
Yeah.
So in retrospect, Majora's Mask just looks that much more appealing.
It's so lit. But yeah.
I feel like if people had a really good reception to Bomberman Hero, and I don't think a lot of people actually played the game, I feel like
different Bomberman.
Yeah, I feel like if there's an analog, if there's a comparison to that, it's got to be like sonically, and the fact that the game is so weird is Tetrasphere, and like if you all haven't heard that soundtrack. It's another just remarkable N64 soundtrack.
I was always a huge Bomberman fan, but what I learned of several months ago, which I had never known about, was Bomberman Act Zero, which I think one of you two maybe told me about.
Was that the 360 one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like do that.
Like gritty,
I love
gritty action reboot.
Yeah.
I saw it.
You thought it was fake.
I still don't believe it's real. It's very hard to digest that imagery.
I'd like to see the second Bomberman, just the base Bomberman 64 game. What was that? But
On 64?
Yeah, there was a second one in the second attack. Thank you, Realm.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that was a fun game. I played the 64 and I feel like that was my most nostalgic one. So you're just hoping.
Yeah, and just like any Bomberman game with an adventure mode is amazing. I don't know why, it's just like...
Well, I feel like the 64 ones and even the GameCube ones, like, really changed up what they were doing with Bomberman. And then they started
also,
going back into that classic fashion of Bomberman.
For what it's worth, it's a very easy formula to break. The original games, you're just on a grid, right? So it's like anything outside of a 20 by 20 grid feels pretty unique.
Yeah.
There is a game for the Genesis and I think the PC Engine called Mega Bomberman, which is like Bomberman Adventure, like Legend of Zelda Adventure Mode, and it's pretty fun. But let's get someone else in here and talk about N64 stuff.
We got a decent waiting room in here.
Yeah.
I don't know which Morbius is who. We haven't had Joey in but besides ending our shows, so I'm gonna bring him in for now, and we're gonna try to get in as many people as we can to talk about some 64 games like Triangle Man.
Yeah, Triangle Man. Hey, howdy everybody.
Hi Joey, how's Morbius?
Morbius is just fantastic. It's what a great film. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about Morbius. We're here to talk about half of a Nintendo 128.
Did you need to say it that way?
It's a pretty great system. You had to blow into the carts. You had to get the expansion pack to play Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, so true.
I've never had to blow in an N64 cart.
What?
Only NES.
Wow.
I definitely blew in the N64 carts.
Yeah.
That's like it's like bad to do, right? You're
I think
supposed
so.
to do that.
It is.
We are all breaking the rules.
I'll break all the rules possible.
I can't believe we don't have DK64.
I say it every time Donkey Kong comes up.
I know. I forget briefly.
Oft overlooked. That was probably my most played N64 game, honestly.
Just trying to play the game because there's so many bananas.
As a child, I can't remember getting past what's the spooky Halloween level where you have to cross the very precarious piece of wood at the very beginning, and I always fall. But that's a scary game. I like Mad Jack. It's a cool name for a boss, and I like the wind up. Toy noise.
Are you talking about the factory, Frantic Factory?
Yeah, Frantic Factory.
You did not get very far in that game.
Man, no. I thought the Halloween one was further on, but yeah, Frantic Factory. I'm just saying that's one of my favorite tracks from like any 64 game.
Creepy Castle. Yeah, that level was fucked. It took me forever to beat that as a kid.
Yep. Thank you, Studio Wayward.
Yeah, it's just level after level. The Galleon, what's it called? Something Galleon in DK64.
Was it Gangplank?
Gangplank, or Gloomy Galleon is the level.
What's Gangplank Galleon?
I believe
that is Donkey Kong Country 1.
Yes.
Yeah, that's King K. Rool's
famous song.
Fake gamer alert.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. If shoot, fake King K. Rool fan. I cosplayed that dude.
Fake fan.
That's your song.
So what's some of your favorite 64 games or soundtracks you're hoping to see on the vinyl?
I would honestly, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of 64 games I want to hear, the first 3 Mario parties are all soundtracks that I really enjoy. And I would just love some sort of like a Mario Party collection would be really, because there's no way you're gonna do.
No, but I'd
it's like
have a board game in the box.
Don't eat. Don't.
Hey, anyone listening who does this?
Woo! The expectations
we
are
want
now high.
we want the Mario Party box with the board game.
Yeah, that had me sweating like after I saw Jared Leto shirtless in Morbius trailer. Sorry, I can't stop.
I know.
I can't not bring it up.
Right.
I feel like actually one of the like N64 songs that gets stuck most in my head is the like, what is it? It's like the mini game prep area, like where you like practice the game and read the rules beforehand. In Mario Party 2,
yeah.
In Mario Party 2, it's so good. It's like this like super ethereal like yeah, exactly that one. And then Toad's like, okay, I want that. That's all I need.
Toad's Toad in those ones saying okay, and then in the other ones going dance time. My favorite two sound bits.
It's a weird game to consider something being put out for, you know? I can see it, but it's not at the top of my head of what I would imagine.
Yeah.
And then in Mario Party 2, you can dress up as funny cowboys, and you can dress up like a spaceman. And then there's that one cool thwomp in a it's like a ship that rolls across the space level. I just really like Mario Party 2. It's my favorite one.
It is the best.
Such a hard game.
I'd love to be able to do some sort of game night with Mario Party over net play.
That is something we definitely could do.
I think so.
Let's all just meet up IRL. It's the easiest way to do it, right?
I prefer to be a shut-in and play net play Mario Party, so I can tap buttons as hard as I need shamelessly without someone watching me blow a gasket as I mash the A button. No one deserves to see the forehead vein I get when I'm mashing A.
But I guess I'll first guess, and I'll break down the wall that I say Mario Party and DK64. Those are my final answers. Locking it in. Do I win $1 million?
Nope. Thank you, Joey.
What do you think is? Oh,
he's back.
I was gonna ask him.
He's back.
I forgot. I forgot there was one more.
Wait, no. Alex had a question. Stop.
I was gonna say, what do you think is the best N64 vinyl out there right now?
Ooh.
This one does have a correct answer.
I don't know if it does.
Is it Ray Gunt?
Is it Ray Gunt? Is it Ocarina? Is it the sleeper hit Diddy Kong Racing? I don't know.
It's Bomberman Hero.
It is Bomberman.
It is Bomberman Hero.
They've all been done quite a justice.
They really
for their
have.
respective pressings. I feel like it's gotten probably one of the best shakes of all the systems overall. I would say, like by like volume.
Yeah.
It is something very nice to appreciate that I think Bomberman Hero and Diddy Kong Racing are both pretty accessible. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So like pretty, not too hard to find, I'd say.
We love a sleeper.
We do.
I also wish that the game Maximum Carnage came out on the 64 so I could bring it up, because it's the earliest video game appearance of Morbius. We all love Morbius, everybody. Bring it back home.
Yep.
Morbius gang, Morbius sweep 2021, everyone.
Morbius
Sorry,
sweep.
thanks for having me. Big ass haunted Morbius.
2021. Oh.
Hey, here's a question: is that Maximum Carnage release? Is that a boot? Or is that?
I think it's official.
It is, right?
Like it's official, but it's the licensing rights. I think the band that made the soundtrack to it, like they were able to press it without having like the whole Marvel get involved.
Gotcha.
Don't count me on that. Yeah,
that sounds like what my memory tells me.
Yeah.
It looks like maybe someone confirmed that in chat as well. Fish helmet.
Let's get fish helmets around here. Yeah, it's another Morbius.
Yeah, another Morbius.
I cannot. Wait, there we go. Hey, fish helmet copy. We're talking about 64 games. Are you there? You are muted. And loving Morbius. Because that is a theme tonight.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about Morbius.
I know. And we get it. The sweep is hitting everyone these days.
2021 sweep is carried over to 2022.
Right, exactly. So, what's some of your... Oh.
Maynard James Keenan was in Green Jelly, the band that did Maximum Carnage. Is that correct?
Green Jelly is the group that did Maximum Carnage. I don't know anything about them besides they licensed this. I believe they licensed it, so it is official. But I don't know what LJN has to do with it.
I was just saying the guy from Tool. It was in that band for like 5 years, I guess, which I did not know. Anyway, continue. Sorry. I was just I looked it up and I was like, what am I looking at? Is this even the right page? And it was.
Yeah, that's really all I have on it.
It looks like I think there's a band called Green Jello. Oh, Green Jello is Green Jelly. Okay, there we go.
It's just the same thing.
You don't know Green Jelly?
I did know them. I just didn't know fucking Maynard was in that band.
Now you know.
I'm gonna
What a
leave you with the
wild
kick.
revelation.
Pico, you want to give us an update? Yeah. Why is it suck? Like, what are you trying to do in this?
I don't know. Muck it up.
Muck it up.
The transition doesn't work. I need to change the bass for the whole second part. It's too Batman. Like, hey, what's going on? This is kind of cool. Batman.
Oh yeah, it's very.
Too abrupt. And there's a pickup. There's a pickup, so it's like messing up everything because like I keep recording the pickup too early, and then everything's starting on a measure off.
Right.
Zach wants you to add some triangle hits.
My man, let's find some triangles.
So,
Wouldn't be Triangle Man without any
right,
triangles.
You gotta have a triangle.
Electric triangle.
You gotta.
Break it out.
So what do you think about the N64 fish?
As far as like soundtracks go, I completely agree with you guys. Like I think the soundtracks on it are really amazing because that transition from SNES, but it's kind of before it gets really over orchestrated with the GameCube. So it has like a really big charm to it. But like I barely played any N64 just because I can't deal with the controller.
It was rough.
It gives me like a headache dealing with it. And then the thumbstick is always loose no matter who you get it from.
Oh yeah. It has to be loose.
Yeah.
I don't recall being so encumbered by the N64 controller, but I know it's
I feel like back then we weren't, but like when you revisit it, you're like, what the fuck? We just dealt with this.
Like,
what about like bells? I can't find triangles. If someone asks Zach if the bells are okay.
you could ask him.
You just did.
You are on mic.
Hey Zach, is bells okay? Pico wants to know. Yeah, and the
gonna have to change.
Not work for most games.
All right, now we have a fucking Christmas ad. It's
Zach
here.
says he's
All
good
right,
with
yes.
bells.
The Christmas.
I mean, maybe
Fine,
that's
man.
the direction we go through for this song. Is now it's a Christmas Zelda.
Trenta says you can search, look it up on samples. Okay.
Yeah, as far as like the 64 controller goes, like in my personal experience, I never owned one. I just would go to like a friend's house and they'd have one and they'd never explain it. So like years later, I'm just like, I don't know how I was supposed to figure this out.
Trenta says if you go to samples and search triangle, you can find a triangle.
I think we settled nicely on the
On the
Christmas
bells.
theme.
Yeah.
Triangle Man.
I think, yeah, I guess if you don't have any explanation about the N64 controller, that is a little bit of a,
It looks so weird.
yeah, an obstacle.
What do you
There's a
hold
lot
here?
going on with it.
But yeah, I can count on probably one hand the amount of games I can remember that used the analog and the directional pads simultaneously.
Just remember what like Stadium used the D-pad, but
Yeah.
it wasn't in any like time sensitive inputs, so it didn't really matter. I don't know if there's any. I can't think of any games that had like time sensitive inputs you needed to do.
Pokemon
On
Puzzle
the
League had it. I
D-pad.
don't know.
Was it Puzzle League? Maybe that's what I'm thinking instead of Stadium.
No, both of them used it. I guess
They
for some
both did.
reason the Pokemon games were like, yeah, let's use this thing.
A very mini game.
I'm seeing Kirby 64.
Kirby 64's OST is really good.
Hey, seems like that Kirby 64 is Crystal Shards.
Yeah.
It's been a good year for Kirby. Maybe we'll get to see that one.
That would be a really good one. Realmagus brought up Mischief Makers, which is one of the soundtracks I really enjoy from
Oh
the
yeah. Shake Shake.
Shake Shake, baby.
What is Mischief Makers? Is that a series?
Just the
I don't know if
one.
I'm familiar with that. It's just a single game?
Yeah, as far as I know, it's a standalone. Yeah, I haven't played it at all. I just know the soundtrack from it.
It was like I think it was a side-scrolling, and I think you did use the D-pad and pick up things and shake them.
Couldn't you use the D-pad and the analog stick like as in GoldenEye? Am I mistaken there? Where like because the directional buttons for were used in place of like the C up, C down, C left, C right, and that's kind of all you. I don't know.
Someone in chat knows.
I remember there was one game that gave you that option of using the most obscure hand combination for that controller.
For all three hands.
Uh-huh.
Another one I'd love to see is Paper Mario.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a fun soundtrack.
The first one doesn't stick out in my mind a whole ton.
I feel
Not as
like
much as like Thousand Year.
I played that game like a free roam game when I was a kid, so maybe that's why. Just running around doing shit, hearing all those songs.
Taking like everything. Have you guys heard the soundtrack for Nightmare Creatures?
I've not even heard of Nightmare Creatures.
I don't really know how to describe it besides it's like proto Bloodborne almost, and the soundtrack sounds a lot like that on 64 and on PS1 because that's what it came out on. But if you like that kind of thing, it's like really cool gothic horror.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures right now. This is pretty pretty ridiculous looking.
Yeah, it's very silly. Killer Instinct Gold has a really great soundtrack that I would kill for on vinyl because KI1 already got pressed a long time ago.
Who did Killer Instincts again?
Rare.
But no, I mean the pressing.
That was I Am 8-Bit.
It was okay.
Yeah. They did a cool job with that, where there's a locked groove that shouts Combo Breaker.
Really?
It's really fun pressing. It's one of my first VGM buys, so it's got a real special place.
They always do, the first ones. Can't get rid of those. And they're just so good. Well,
I literally got rid of my first one.
all of us have kept our first one. They're so special to everybody. Except Aramis.
I'm heartless. Is there a particular N64 release that you are really attached to, Fish?
I actually only have Bomberman Hero as far as 64 titles go for soundtracks.
There's a right answer. That's the one.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? The DK rap. I really love that.
You know, I always forget that one, and it's something I'm very grateful that was done.
Right, at least we got that.
It's a really fun one to break out every so often and be like, check out what this dude pressed. To like people who are not familiar.
They're like, why the fuck do you own this thing? Like, this is embarrassing to own. You're like...
I think most people get it when they look over and see my like shit-eating grin when I'm just sitting there playing it.
That's constantly how I think about when I'm telling people about some record I just got, particularly video game records. And they're just like dead silence, and I'm just like, damn, they must be wondering what the fuck is wrong with me.
Yeah.
certain ones specifically, shit like DK rap. It's just like, it makes me so happy, but you're trying to describe it to someone, they're like, why?
Why do you like when he says "oh banana"?
I mean, why not? What's not to like?
Exactly.
Well, thanks for coming on, Fish.
Thanks for having me. Remember Morbius Sweep 2021 apparently, and Big Ass Haunted Mansion. Thank you.
Of course.
So did we have an advertisement this week?
Yeah, we do. This podcast this week is sponsored by Egg. Thank you, Egg. So
Thank you, Egg.
We get some eggs in chat.
Eggs in chat.
By the way.
So someone's been missing our podcast for the last couple of weeks. They've been going to shows. They've been promoting the brand, and I want to get them in here.
Man himself.
Cody.
The shirt wearer.
Mike Barreras. You muted.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh my goodness gracious.
God, I was talking, I had some jokes.
And I just plucked you
We were
away.
laughing back here, but it's all good.
That's what Morbius does to you, I guess.
Yeah, he's up to his old tricks, as it seems.
But yeah.
You know, in the Morbius leagues. But yeah, how's it going?
It's going well. We're just talking N64.
A little N64 magic.
That's cool. I didn't have the N64 growing up, believe it or not.
Oh my god.
Just the one.
What was your first experience with an N64 then?
It was a couple years, like just before the end of high school. I think I got one from like Goodwill, and yeah, no, that story's too long. I won't go into that part. But yeah, I ended up with a set of games, and actually, even before that, I think, funny enough, the Wii Virtual Console might have been my first like real exposure to like the whole catalog, or you know, the Nintendo catered catalog of it.
I don't recall what's Virtual Console had besides like Ocarina. That's like the only thing I've ever been super familiar with, just through like, I think that's the one game I downloaded, and plus like Ocarina speedrunning sometimes is done on the Virtual Console. What else did they have that stuck out?
I remember Sin and Punishment was really fun, and I'm not even like I'm not a typical like rail shooter fan, if there is a typical rail shooter fan.
If you're a fan of shootings, please don't message in our chat.
Yeah, sorry, no. My bad. That wasn't.
The 3 FBI agents assigned to watching our show are just seething right now. The 10th of our viewership just dropped because those 3 FBI agents left.
Yeah, fucking right. They're like, who the fuck is Triangle Man?
Real
Did
quick.
we clarify that never, by the way?
No, we did not.
And we refuse to.
Never.
But I played that. Mario Kart.
Oh,
Pokemon Snap was on there, and something else I'm totally blanking on. That was also fun. But
That was another one that just made me feel like a genius when I was a young kid playing that game. I was like, damn, I really just figured out this alternate path by myself.
you gotta hit it with an apple, and that changes everything.
It's just good game design. I think that game design probably permanently rewired my brain to look for that in video games. That specific moment, I think.
It did a real good job. I mean, but it also didn't give you much of an avenue to mess up, because it's like you're on these rails, and you will continue to be on the same track until you do something different. So
I just wonder, thinking about like Pokemon Snap and just how it's like even just like the N64 games in general. I was just looking at them on Google like images, and I'm thinking like each game kind of is like its own gimmick, but it's done so well that it like owns it and surpasses it. And then like you look at like more modern games that try to like pack all that stuff into it, but it doesn't. It never feels as good as those other ones because they worked really hard on just trying to get that formula down. I wonder if maybe they'll try and do that in the future. Maybe not. Maybe we should ourselves.
maybe indie games will carry the torch on of that.
Yeah,
'Cause
definitely.
That's typically what I feel like we see is indie games take the nostalgic bits from old games and turn it into its own thing.
Big companies don't have enough time for that, I don't think, anymore.
No.
Particularly in game companies.
Yeah, now there's like other factors that they can prioritize beyond.
They gotta save the games about depression for the indie companies.
Exactly.
They save a lot of depression for the little guy.
Sadness is about an Earthbound inspired RPG.
Need like a depression inspired Mario Party, the next one, or like Mario Golf. The next one needs to be like depression themed, overcoming depression by shooting a wicked -9 on a course.
Hold on, I
is
think
wicked.
a real good game would just be taking a bunch of 64 games and somehow like making that about beating depression. Like Mario Golf, you gotta do mini games from Mario Party, and like you gotta do puzzles or platforms.
2 puzzles in a Mario.
And it's just like, yeah, you're overcoming depression, buddy.
There's definitely a, I think, a satirical indie game hidden in there somewhere.
Someone's gonna do that. Yeah, Super Mario Therapy. That's a good one.
To all our game dev listeners that we definitely have, you can have that one for free.
We are the biggest video game vinyl podcast on Twitch right now. So we know the game devs are listening. And we know
Definitely.
composers are listening. And they're thinking about the music for this game. And it will be pressed. That's a guarantee.
Triangle Man?
That's right.
Yes.
Triangle Man. Triangle Man.
Did we ever
He's
check
got sides.
our time slot? Do we have any competing video game vinyl podcasts?
We never did
Or
check.
video game podcasts?
You
Every
think-
video game podcast vinyl, every video game music vinyl podcast sucks
Ours included.
dick.
It's like scary.
None of them have fucking this.
Oh shit, but ours
Yeah,
does.
let's get a little taste of where the song's at. Can we do that, Pico?
Oh, sure. I'll try to play you the song where it's at right now. So here you go.
Mario Therapy, Zach said. Excellent.
That's like Zelda.
Triangle Man.
Yo, is this getting pressed? I need this on wax.
I love the snare because it's just like it reminds me of Epona running in Hyrule Field.
It's just like
It is exactly like that. And if you want to see this get pressed, please send this episode to Respawn Records and let them hear your interest.
And we will also be putting it on crates.
This is our demo tape.
You know, Bandcamp Friday is coming up.
So
Please,
remember,
please burn this podcast onto a CD and hand it out downtown near Metropolitan City.
and to all the tape lovers, put it on a tape. The entire
Really,
podcast.
You go to any store, any person, you walk up with those copies, you hand it to anyone who's willing to reach it out of hand.
Exactly.
And then you ask for
Triangle
$5
Man.
after.
So that's Triangle
Hmm.
Man.
Hiya. Triangle Man.
Who made this picture I have?
Honestly, I wanted to make the shittiest song ever, but this is kind of a fucking bop.
What picture do you have?
This one. Was this you, Cody? Did
Show
you
him the
make
cover of it.
Triangle Man?
Oh, the one right now? I
Yeah.
did this one.
Thank
Yeah.
you for this. That's Triangle Man. I think
was
in the center.
panicked.
I mean, no, it looks great. That's
looks like-
perfect. That's the Triangle Man I know.
Just like in my childhood memories.
Exactly, yeah.
Believe
Sorry,
that's-
is there a promo code?
Oh yeah, I did that without telling anyone. Yeah, the promo code
Right.
promo Morbius for 15 earning bucks in the casino. A little
Oh,
stealth
someone
drop.
actually said in the discussion that there's a triangle.
Yeah. There is a triangle.
Oh, but then do I have to load it into the fucking... I don't want to deal with that shit.
The devotion towards being Triangle Man is low.
Yeah, okay.
Real quick, Cody, while we have you.
Oh yeah.
How did you get any reception to your big ass Haunted Mansion shirt?
Oh. Nothing that I can warrant if it was me or something else going on. There were some wild shows kind of going on. I might have gotten overstepped or overlooked, I guess.
Right.
The opener for between Poppy's set, they played "We Like to Party" by the Venga Boys for a full hour.
Wow.
That
Well,
was
do you like to party?
That's quite special.
So that was cool. But the one notable thing was during Dua Lipa, during her performance of Levitating, she got up on like this crane sort of stage contraption, and we were sitting fairly close, but like kind of farther back, and the crane did end up coming in within like breathing distance, I guess, or like not like an arm's reach, I guess, but like it came really close, and it was, oh my god, Dua Lipa might have just seen the big ass Haunted Mansion. And
She's bared
and who
witness.
knows, maybe
to
she looked
big
it up.
ass Haunted Mansion.
I wish I could have explained it to her, the context.
Maybe next time.
I know WrestleMania just happened, but can we get Big Ass Haunted Mansion to like what's the next event, like SummerSlam?
Like on like one of those boards in the crowd.
Yeah.
Hey, any wrestling fans in the chat, please.
There's a couple. Go
Yeah,
out
they
there
might.
and rep your Haunted Mansions.
I remember the other game that the Wii thing had, and that was Kirby 64. And I know there's so many Kirby presses already. But...
Oh, we need another one. We need the best one.
Before, what, like the last year, 2021, I feel like most of them came out, right? Or these like started flooding, kind of.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Get
God bless
Kirby's
that
done.
series.
Kirby's got some fun music, joyful music for everyone.
I could use the N64 era though. He's got the early stuff and the newest stuff, but
we need that little sweet spot in the middle.
Yes, please, so we can stay on theme with the show.
It's kind of
Triangle Man music.
It's what?
Triangle Man music.
That's the other theme. Yes.
I think it's interesting that Kirby is like kind of transcended the like I don't feel like anyone knows who Kirby is, but like compared to like all the other video game characters, you can like pick them off one by one, describe them, but Kirby might be like I feel like maybe I've just had issues describing it to like my like relatives or something.
I think we need to make a Circle Man song now.
Yeah. But I just think it's cool that it's like music and everything, or music from the games are like all over like TikTok and like
it's kind of having this little weird resurgence, but I feel like Kirby music always has kind of had that.
It has, yeah, definitely. I just don't. I think it's coming back, and maybe it's going to be bigger,
stronger than ever.
Yeah, I mean, even the balls at Target was like so shocking to me. Like,
are those gone yet? Have they all been stolen?
They were never here for me. I built
they were stolen. Well, Cody, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks. It's been too long.
It's been a minute since we had you on. We appreciate you.
I'm glad you're not out having a social life.
Yeah, we're so glad. So, thanks.
Yeah.
Does it sound like Kirby?
I'll take the high road. I'm not gonna sing.
You can say
are you jumping to Kirby now?
You can just say it.
Circle Man. Where the fuck have you been, Alex?
Circle Man.
I didn't know you were actually starting a new song. I thought you were just throwing it out there as an idea.
You can say it.
Just happened. I don't know. It's Circle Man.
I brought Jim Bob in.
Hey, Jim Bob.
Bye, Cody.
Hello, I am on the podcast.
Hi, you are on
I
podcast.
really tried to get him to say the thing.
Okay. How's it going?
We are going. We are Circle Man now.
Have you ever heard of Triangle Man?
Love Triangle Man.
Love Triangle Man?
Really excited for Circle Man.
Love Triangle Man was my nickname in high school.
Just so much nostalgia for Triangle Man.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
I'm gonna get a Triangle Man tattoo.
As you should. The triangles from Triangle Man.
I'm just like waiting for the boatloads of money to come.
They're on their way. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Egg will give you some money.
After this podcast, I'm gonna have so many offers in my email to sign Triangle Man.
You haven't shown us how effortless it is to make a lo-fi version of one of these songs.
You have.
Throw a
Let's put
filter
reverb all over this.
Yeah.
Same shit. Literally, you just learn the fucking chords. This is this chord and this chord. Now let me just put some fucking dumbass dance beats over it. Let me fucking arps over here, arps over there, and let me throw a lead here. And then that's it. Triangle Man.
Hell yeah.
So Jim Bob, you're gonna be our last guest tonight, so pressure's on.
Oh boy. Okay.
What's some of your favorite 64 games or soundtracks you're hoping to hear soon? Not Triangle Man, obviously.
Obviously.
Unless you do really want Triangle Man.
I fucking love the N64s. Like a lot of us are like the general same age group, so like a lot of us have a lot of nostalgia for the console, of course. Really excited for just to list a few that you guys have already named like extensively, like Snowboard Kids, Mario Party 1, 2, 3, all great stuff. Kirby 64, I got the tape in, and that sounds really good. I would love to get it on vinyl. Holy shit, that album's good. There's a lot of Kirby, but and if I'm gonna cheat, my specific one I'll say that hasn't been listed, I don't think, was Animal Forest, because we don't have Animal Crossing GameCube.
I had
thought about
Japanese
that
I would
in
love that.
64.
I haven't listened to the soundtrack of that one. Is it different than the GameCube game, or do they use the same? I mean,
I'm
probably a
not
stupid
sure
question.
if the
I don't
GameCube
know.
is like just higher quality. I
Yeah.
actually have no idea. I was just reaching because I've only played the GameCube version.
The Shanks get is that right? I mentioned Harvest Moon. I would love Harvest Moon 64. That's a peaceful one.
And my big one is Banjo Tooie. I need Fangamer to press the 4 LP box set.
I'm shocked they haven't yet.
I'll cry and die if they don't. And yeah, I know y'all asked like what the best N64 release is.
Yeah.
And that's fucking hard. The one I've spun the most is probably Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
That album is perfect. Banjo-Kazooie was the first one I ever got, the 8-bit 2LP. Actually a birthday gift from my now wife, and that one's very close to the heart, first VGM record. I know you guys said it's very important to each one of you.
Yeah, you can't get rid of it unless you're him.
But yeah, and I don't know, dude, Ocarina of Time 3 LP is not what I could have ever envisioned, so that's really cool.
It is.
It's been done great justice, and
it's so pretty.
I'm gonna play a synth. Can you tell me how loud it is?
Do it.
Hit us.
Oh wait, I have the podcast muted.
Well, you can hit the watch button. It's not that loud.
No.
No.
Oh, sounds like PlayStation noise.
Yeah, the boot world this year. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds good.
Can we get some synth triangle, man? New record.
Analog.
New pressing.
Better than NES.
Yeah.
I don't love NES covers. It's my hot take for you.
Whoa. We didn't ask for hot takes. Oh.
I know.
I think we might get banned from Twitch for that.
I'm sorry. NES covers are great.
They're trying to silence us video game vinyl podcasts for takes like that. They're being canceled all over the web.
Yeah, that's why we're the best. Because we're the last.
We're the untouchable. We can't be stopped.
One of our hosts has not taken your money and run with it. So, I'd give us a thumbs up. I think, at least. If someone wants to cancel us, go for it.
Who the fuck is even
Please.
listening to us to cancel us?
Zach.
Jim?
Zach's gonna cancel.
Other than the Triangle Man fans out there, thank you, all the Triangle Man fan club.
Remember to do promo Morbius and also promo Egg to get some earning bucks over at the casino. Don't cancel us. I don't know what we can even do to get canceled right now.
You better end the stream before I say it. I'll get
Triangle
us
Man, up for
canceled.
pre-order after the podcast. Order yours today.
Good
Big
night.
ass one in Morbius.
Oh.
Triangle in your heart and a triangle in your head.
Joey paid me.
What? You got paid? What the fuck?